Hyena here, and for today's video, I'm gonna be talking. So I thought I would use this opportunity to talk about young furs. Well, actually, y'all aren't really young furs anymore. See, I just turned 27, and this pandemic's been making me do a lot of thinking. Every year I've been a furry, I've just been used to going to a ton of cons, seeing a ton of people, and partying like there's no hangover tomorrow. But it's occurred to me, I just turned 27, and I'm starting to get on the older end of the furry fandom. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still very young in the big scheme of things. But I've also been going to cons for almost 5 years. And by the time furry cons start up again, probably the middle of next year at the earliest, by that time I'm gonna be at least 28, and a lot of the furs that were teenagers when I started are now like adults and drinking age. And y'all are starting to become the most common age demographic in the furry fandom, at least when it comes to future conventions. Like, folks who were born in the late 90s can drink now. And these last 5 years have zoomed by in the blink of an eye, and I'm really not the new kid on the block anymore. The early 90s kids in the fandom, like myself, well, we're not going anywhere, but we're kind of like the juniors of the class. But the great thing about furry is you can be as old or as young as you want. I mean, you really have to be 18 to have free reign at conventions. But the furry fandom's just gonna keep adding new people, and there's gonna be like new classes. And I know this sounds really naive, but it's really hitting me that I'm not the new kid anymore. So that's just a little of what I wanted to talk about in this video. And the main thing I want to say, I am excited at the enthusiasm, the passion, and the determination of this new generation of furries. You can call them Zoomers, you can call them Gen Z. There are a lot of furs who were born in the late 90s, early 2000s, who were finding their footing in the furry fandom. And I just want to say a lot of you are doing an awesome job. Like, some of the loudest voices pushing for more justice and more diversity in the furry fandom are people in their late teens, early 20s right now. Those teens we called young furs 3 or 4 years ago. Like, y'all are growing up now, and really, it's up to y'all to decide what this fandom becomes, where this fandom goes next. And I think the fact that things like Harvest Moon Howlfest, run by younger BIPOC furries, and seeing so many of y'all push for an end to systemic racism, I'm just really proud of the passion that y'all's generation has. And I really think that the fandom is in safe hands for the future. It's going to become a better place. But don't let anyone, especially older furs, stop you from fighting for what you think is right. And yeah, that's really it for this video. It's kind of like a passing of the torch. Like, I've been so lucky that I've been able to go to 6+ cons a year. Every year I've done furry. Like, that's nuts. It's taken a pandemic for me to really sit back and realize I'm not one of the new kids on the block anymore. And I just want to give recognition to these determined young furries. I just appreciate all of y'all's enthusiasm and passion for making this fandom and the world a better place. And I just wanted to give y'all kudos for that. But for me, I mean, I'm not going anywhere. There are plenty of furs in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that still go to conventions. And I plan to be going to conventions for a long time. Just wanted to talk about how I'm not new to the furry thing anymore. But I do see a lot of former young furs coming up, finding their place and doing great things. And I just think more people my age and older should recognize that. So yeah, that's today's video. My name's Hyena. Shout out to my super secret patrons, and I will catch you next time. Yay!